Chicago. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Howdy, hey, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, a sweet home, Chicago? Well, what I want us to 6 and 2 is 8. Come on, baby, don't you make me late. Hey, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, sweet home, Chicago? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Oh, come on, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, sweet home, Chicago? Six and 3 is 9, 9 and 9 is 18. Look there, brother, baby, and I'll see what I see. Hey, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, sweet home, Chicago? Oh, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you...
Well, welcome, you guys. Welcome back. All right, we have him. He's going to be coming on here shortly. I'm talking about Mr. Marcus A. Wright. Marcus A. Wright is the CEO, founder of the Right Mentality. And if you don't have the right mentality, you obviously have the wrong mentality. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about what does it take really to have emotional intelligence. I didn't even know what this term meant. Probably until I don't know, a few years ago. One of our friends, DB Bedford, he does emotional intelligence. And I think he was the first one that really kind of introduced me to the concept. And I was like, emotional intelligence? Well, I think I'm kind of intelligent. I mean, am I emotionally driven? Well, sometimes, but it's a thing. And you either know how to use it or it will use you. So it's a lot to that. We're going to talk about that today. And like I said, we're always bringing you stuff in the Inside Report here, powered by On Stage Plus TV Network, for things you can use and make your day better tomorrow than it was today. We are broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Amazon Live, Apple TV, Roku TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, and Google TV. So we're broadcasting live on those respective platforms. And so if you're watching us from one of those, I want to thank you for joining in. Mr. Wright will be with us shortly. We were talking earlier, and I was talking about, our journey and what it really has taken and what we're still in the process of developing. Because success, as you know, and I quote for myself, you got all the different taglines and all the different quotes, but I think when they're applicable and you can use them, you should remember them. So success is not a destination, it is a journey. And with that being said, we should never look at it as something like, I've achieved success, because you can never rest on your laurels. What was the Janet Jackson song? I know what you used to do, but what have you done lately? So it's one of those things where you can't ever get comfortable in being comfortable, because, baby, Nowadays, somebody will come up and you'll be like, "Wait, what happened?" Matter of fact, my wife and I were just talking the other day about Skype. Anybody remember Skype? I watched a whole documentary on it, and it was talking about um, how Skype just got uprooted by Zoom. I mean, they were like the place to go. They were like where you wanted to use for voice over IP visual communications. And now, Microsoft first eBay bought them, then Microsoft bought them. And now, hold on, producer, saying something. So becoming so basically Microsoft bought Skype, but then they also created Teams, which was basically rivaling, and so they just basically started pouring more money into Teams, and Skype was just kind of sitting there like, you know, and they were saying, "What's the future of Skype? Does it have a future?" And they're like, "Yo, I think it definitely has a future." But I remember I've used Skype once years ago, but I wasn't really in that space where I needed to use it every day for work or anything like that. But when the pandemic happened, everybody had to be in visual communication. You couldn't meet people in person. You had to do it over computer. I was going to Zoom. I wasn't even using Google Meets, and I definitely wasn't using Team. All right, Mr. Wright is going to be joining us. Let's let him in here. Hey there, Mr. Wright. How are you? All right. Hold on. We can't hear you. Hold on here a sec. Let's see if we can get you on here. Hold on. All right. Let's see if we can bring you in here.
Right.
All right.
Can you hear me
Can you
now?
hear us? All right. You can hear us.
What's going on?
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We are excited to have you on board here. This is great. So, we had to warm up there. We were playing, Sweet Home Chicago. Representative, your hometown there. So we're all, it's so funny because a friend of ours had just sent me a picture a few days ago, and I didn't really know where she was. I said, "Oh, are you in Detroit or whatever?" I didn't really recognize the
No.
landmarks. Right? I mean, she wasn't.
Chi-town,
I didn't
baby.
recognize. Tell them where you are. You know where you're at. Where you are.
It's all about the shot. It's your boy, Marcus Wright. That dude with the right mentality. I'm just walking downtown because today is the Air and Water Show. They got some of my what do you call it? Important sightseeing things closed down for some reason, which kind of irritated me. But it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, well, no problem. Like I said, it wasn't about the things. It's all about you and having the right mentality. I was just kind of talking to people about emotional intelligence. I really didn't know what that term was until like a couple of years ago, but I'm still trying to get educated on what exactly is emotional intelligence. Like for a person like me, what would I even use emotional intelligence at? How does that even work?
First of all, emotional intelligence is real simple. It's your ability to understand your emotions and to be able to effectively communicate that to other people and listen to them and how they feel. So, real short, real quick, and to the point. Now, what is it used for? In order to do anything, to run a business, to get a job promotion, career advancement, new job. You need to be emotionally intelligent. It's not always about your intellectual intelligence. It's about your emotional intelligence because how well do you get along with people? And how well do people get along with you? That's what's important. Can you connect to people and can they connect to you? On the real. That's
Okay,
what it is.
okay. So is this something
So
that
you
you
got to
think
move
we?
faster.
Okay. So is this something that people can? I mean, how do you learn it? How do you learn it?
Well, I have a class where I educate people on emotional intelligence and I coach them on it. Because I am the emotional intelligence guru, baby.
Okay. 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 So I'm seeing right here. I guess here's something where they can go. Okay. All right. So I see the website right there. They can go. Now, is it expensive to learn this?
Nah, mm-mm. It is not. Just a quick, it's like a quick 20-minute assessment. and then you get coached through it. So
Wow.
it takes about 6 coaching sessions, so we make sure you're on the right point and you learning about you and what you need to do.
Okay. 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 So you've been doing this. What made you get into emotional intelligence?
What made me get into it? Well, I started learning that people just didn't understand it. The people that I work with on a daily basis, back in the day, I used to be a project manager. So it was all about dealing with people and their emotions, their intelligence, and how they felt about a lot of things. So when I started seeing people not being able to connect, I jumped right into it because I knew that's where I needed to be.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So would you say most of your clients are they like big companies? Are they individuals? What kind of people do you
I do
work?
both. I do both.
Okay.
Teams, individuals, and companies. I do it
Okay.
all.
All right. So tell me a situation to where somebody might need to use emotional intelligence.
Well, right now I need to use the downtown Chicago because there's a lot of people down here, and some people get a little frustrated as you're walking through, and then they see a guy on the phone doing a live, and they're like, "What is this dude doing?" So you have to be emotionally intelligent, dog. Because if you're not, you don't know what's gonna happen down here, man. There's a lot of misconceptions of Chicago. Chicago's a city of love. There are some bad places in Chicago, but there's bad places everywhere. But when you're downtown, when you're dealing with a lot of people and walking through and going down the Mag Mile, uh, emotional intelligence is going to be important because you don't want to get upset, but you want to be able to talk to people and say, hey, you know what? I didn't mean to bump you. Let's have a little conversation and let's roll with that. But in everyday, life in their job, they're dealing with it all the time because they're dealing with different people that they work with different personality types. So you have to be ready to have that conversation when you need to. The best leaders are emotionally intelligent leaders, for real.
So it's so funny you mentioned that. So it sounds like emotional intelligence could have saved a lot of lives back in the day in the hood if people had that wherewithal to understand. Man.
You just got to be self-aware, man. It's all about self-awareness. That is the key to EQ. If you are self-aware, man, you can get through all kinds of things. Self-awareness is the key ingredient to emotional intelligence. Key ingredient.
So this sounds like
You
something
got to
that
know
they should.
yourself.
So this sounds like something they should be having and teaching in our school systems.
Oh man, without a doubt. Because see, what happens with kids today.
I think we lost our guest there. As soon as we get him back, can we get him back? As soon as we get him back, we'll get him back. But he was just saying that emotional intelligence is key, and if they had it in our school systems, there'd be so many better outcomes. Better outcomes. And you guys, like I said, I know you guys look at this and you go, "Oh my God, is what are you talking about?" You know, you guys got to tune into this TV show. He's a TV show here on the network, on Stage Plus, and it is phenomenal. He interviews people. He talks about emotional intelligence. He looks at different situations. He'll break it down and let you know where emotional intelligence could have benefited and how people can use that to progress in their jobs, in their lives, in everything. And I think that is something that everybody needs to have. I know I need to have more of an understanding of it and use it more. It can almost be like a superpower when you know from a psychological standpoint how to interact with your coworkers, your boss, your spouse, your children. You're able to have better outcomes. Definitely. So I think we got him back here. Okay. All right. We got him back. All right. Let's go here to our S cam. All right. We got you
Sorry
back.
about that. Being in Chicago, that's why it's important. But your question was, is it important in the school system? Yes.
Yes.
Because what they're failing, I believe, what they're failing kids with is not helping them to become more emotionally intelligent, more smart about how they feel, and being able to communicate. We're so busy trying to teach them about things that are, in my opinion, not true or just not what they need to know. One of the life skills that they need to teach these kids is how to be smart about how they feel and how to be able to communicate that. If they learn to do that, they're going to excel further in life. Because when you learn how to control how you feel and you learn how to communicate better, you're able to solve problems. Because one of the key things about emotions is decision making and handling stress. And today, these kids don't know how to do that. Heck, some adults don't even know how to do that at the moment.
This is so true. I was just saying that. I said that if we had something like this back when I was in high school, the outcomes for so many people would be different, you know?
Yeah, it would.
Because works, of course, with your spouse, your children, your coworkers, your boss, clients, everybody, when you know, it's almost like a superpower. And I was telling people, you have a show on the Offstage Plus television network that is phenomenal. When you break that down, when you look at different sides and you talk about it, you guys, you got to do it. It's called The Right Mentality, and you got to see it. Now, if you're looking for it, if you have an iOS device, Google, Android device, Apple TV, Roku TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, um, you can see his show. Like I said, the only way you can not see his show is if you close your eyes. So you got to watch it. This guy's phenomenal, and he's funny. He's funny. Marcus is a true Chicagoan, and I'm telling you, look, don't let the smooth taste fool you, as Billy D used to say. You know, he's Chicago through and through. But I'm telling you, I love the fact that he really breaks it down into bite-sized, understanding business you can really understand. So you guys got to check that out. So, Marcus, what do you got planned for the rest of your day today?
Well, let me turn around. I'm about to cross this bridge right here that's leading me over to the Magnificent Mile. So if the
Whoa.
viewers want to wait a second till the light changes, I'm gonna let them see the river. But right now, I'm gonna be down here watching the air and water show.
Okay, well, absolutely. We got to stick with you for that. Absolutely. So, air and water, is that where you have the Blue Angels do the flyover or something?
I don't know if the Blue Angels are here this year. It may be the Air Force planes
Oh,
this year because they alternate every year. But I
okay.
think the Blue Angels were here last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a fabulous show, man. It's as they call the end of the summer months for Chicago, the last big thing that they do.
Oh,
Every year we have like the Jazz Fest, the Gospel Fest. What else happens down here? The Taste of Chicago. I mean, it's not like the Taste of Chicago that I grew up with, but it's still a Taste of Chicago. And I tell anybody when they come down here, they got to go get that Chicago style pizza, baby. You got to get it. Oh my
okay.
God,
Okay.
you got to get
Look,
it.
so, look, I'm just saying, being born, raised in New York, let me just say, I always thought Chicago pizzas was too much. That deep dish thing
No,
is too much tomato paste. It's too much. It's too much.
you can always get it with light sauce. Ain't nothing like Chicago style pizza, baby. I know y'all New Yorkers love that New York pizza. But I'm sorry. Y'all come to the shop. There's so many pizza places here. Come get some real pizza, baby. Come get some real pizza. Sorry if I upset anybody from New York. I mean, I like New York pizza too, but it's nothing like Chicago pizza, baby.
Gotcha.
Nothing
Gotcha.
like it. So here,
You
let
know,
me get them a quick view of the river
yes.
before I get off. Let me turn this around. Look at that. Look at that view. They got the boats on the river right now.
Oh, look at that. I can
Look
see
at
a
that.
body floating there.
Yeah, they got the Wendella boat rides right now. They're doing a Chicago architect tour.
You heard I said, Marcus? I said I can see the body floating
Yeah.
there.
No, ain't nobody in Chicago. What is Chicago? Don't listen to Dave. Don't listen to Dave. Ain't nobody down here. Everybody there having a great time.
You
Great
know,
time down here.
well, you know what's so funny? I was telling when let's say when you see we're going to be doing live in Chicago, I was like, you know what? I was really okay. I'm gonna tell my age here. I was like, where's the part where the Blues Brothers did under that the police chase, and they did the one in the plaza with all the
That's
army
Wacker Drive.
guys?
That's Lower Wacker Drive. So I don't know if you can really see it down there, but right down there is called Lower Wacker Drive. There's some signs under there. So the
Yeah.
Blues Brothers were under the bridge.
Oh, all right.
So that's the Chicago River. So Lower
Okay.
Wacker Drive runs alongside of the Chicago River. Man, you
Wow.
can't get nothing like this in the world. Man, this is beautiful. Dog, listen, you come to the right mentality, you understand your mindset. You come to Chicago, you get a beautiful view. It doesn't matter if it's cold. snowing, or sunny. Because you can go to the top of the Sears Tower. I mean, I know they call it the Willis Tower, but I grew up in the Chi, so the Sears Tower is where it's at. That's what I still call it. You go up to the 101st Observatory floor on a clear day, man, it is so beautiful. So remember that
Wow.
when you come to the Chi, but don't forget to check out the Right Mentality on Stage Plus Network. The Right Mentality Show, baby.
And
Check
tell me,
out.
and Marcus, before you go, please let our viewers know how they can reach out to you. How can they contact you?
Oh, it's easy to get me because you can find me on Instagram, Facebook with Right Mentality, WRIGHT Mentality, baby. You can always find me. I'm gonna start dropping my nuggets, the words of the day. My website is marcusawright.com or therightmentality.com. And
Okay.
you can definitely find me on LinkedIn at Marcus A. Wright.
Gotcha. Okay, I got it up on the screen. We got your lower third here. We got your social media handle, Marcus. Thank you. And in honor of Chicago, we just want to say, I don't know if you can hear this.
I hear it.
Come on, baby, don't you
Yeah.
wanna go? Come
So
on.
thank you so much, Marcus. We are
Thank
loving
you,
it.
Dave.
And like I said, you guys check him out on the Allstate Plus Network. Marcus will be talking with you soon.
Peace.
Peace.